Hi guys, this is Nikki Yu, also known as Faces Trader, and you're watching the Awesome 10X channel. And today, 9 p.m., we actually have a special guest. His name is Harly Nam, and our title is How an NCAA Basketball Player Makes Money Trading Global Stocks. So, magtatagalog tayo, mag-Hokkien tayo, mag-English tayo. Okay, so
No
Harly,
problem.
how long have you been playing basketball? Can you tell us, can you tell the viewers, like, is basketball your first love? Sorry, ang dami kong tanong. Go.
Yeah, actually, since elementary, till high school, till college. But yung college ko, ano lang siya, sandali lang siya eh. Hindi ako naglaro ng matagal sa college eh. So, yun, then after about retiring for 10 years, I'm playing ngayon sa UNTV Cup, sa Senate Defenders. Yun.
Yeah, champion nga kayo eh. So I noticed na parang, for those listeners who don't know Harly, Harly and I were actually classmates in high school. So I knew him then, and I also watched his games. Harly is actually crush ng bayan sa school namin. I'm pretty sure nangyari yon until high school, UST, sa college, probably even in college basket. Tapos, I guess, after college, I wouldn't have known. Kamusta ka in terms of how do you prepare for your basket? Like, kasi I know that you've been playing basket for, yun nga, since elementary. And so parang are there any similarities? Kasi right now, you're into stocks. We'll discuss that. I'll even ask you why. Pero parang, siguro, sige, ang dami kong tanong. Number one, what got you into stocks? Tapos, are there similarities between stocks and basketball that you can marry those two?
Oh, yeah.
Go.
Dami niyang similarities eh. Like, for example, preparing for a game, of course, you need to sleep early and eat nutritious food, of course, and mentally you have to study the tendencies of the kalaban. So like in the stock market, before market hours, definitely you have to prepare what stocks to buy, and syempre your education, syempre like what we're doing actually. I'm attending your class and studying the fundamentals ng mga favorite stocks natin. Yun yung main ano natin, 'di ba? Goal natin. So choppy. I think it's a bit choppy. Let's just wait for Nikki. I think choppy siya.
Yeah, I got disconnected. So, tumayo ako, and dito na ako, pabalik na ako. Sorry, hindi ko narinig yung sagot mo tuloy. Pero,
It's okay.
there, di bale. Yeah, I heard na you said na parang you have to prepare.
Yeah.
So, question lang. Kasi maraming tao na intimidate when it comes to stocks. Pero, di ba, I always said na parang, sorry, luluhod ako ng konti para maayos. Oops, kita lahat sa bahay namin. Sorry. Ay, nako. Hanap ako ng matino na background, guys. Pasensya. Sorry.
Take your time.
May ilaw. So, anong hobbies mo? Bakit mo nagustuhan mag-stocks? At paano, what made you think that entering stocks is a good thing, studying stocks, mga ganyan?
Aside from...
who encouraged you?
Actually, ikaw.
Ako?
Story niyan, diba?
Sige, game.
way back 2000, sorry, my phone. Actually, way back 2008 yata, mga ganong time, as far as I can remember. Ikaw nag-influence sa akin mag-stocks eh. Kasi I think you're working pa sa CitySec that time, I remember. Tapos parang,
Yeah.
syempre, pag nagkikita tayo, nag-gathering tayo, you always open up about the stock market sa Philippines pa lang doon. Hindi ka pa nag-US that time. So, syempre,
Yeah.
parang,
Philippines.
nakikinig ako sa'yo, parang, di ba dati, I think, I did stocks for, parang pinag-aralan ko siya for 5 years, playing with a small amount of money. So, nag-start ako sa ganun eh. So, I have this background na dati pa eh. Kaya kahit pa paano marunong na ako before. So, and pag habang kausap ka, kilala kita eh. Pag nag-usap ka, non-stop ka for, kahit mag-usap ka ng 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, non-stop ka about the stock market. So, kahit sino makakausap.
So, nahawa ka?
Actually, kahit hindi lang ako eh, marami kang nahawa eh. So, from there,
talaga? Okay.
Until siguro mga 2013, parang nag-stop ako eh. Tapos parang, I just waited for the market to crash. Matagal ko nang gusto. I just waited for the market to crash. So, yun. Kaya ganun na nangyari.
So, I think like it's good for most people to actually know about like your awesome 10x experience. So, for those who are listening today, Harley actually reached out to me during this COVID time, EPQ time. He wanted me to explain to him the global stock markets. And I actually shared freely na, I have this class if you want to join. And I think that sinabi ko yata sa'yo na join ka na lang sa class. And for everyone's knowledge, Harley's actually making quite a good sum of money in trading US. And don't worry, we're not gonna discuss. I mean, hindi naman. I wouldn't share money. Don't worry. But I think like ang inspiring thing about this is that most people might assume na may mataas yung level of knowledge mo. Pero as you told me, you started with zero knowledge in USA. You asked me for opening an account, told you how to open interactive brokers, told you to attend the classes. And in fairness, out of all my students, Harley has been very disciplined. As in, he actually attends consistently. He shows up, I think, in all my classes, walang paltos. And syempre, I'm the teacher, so napapansin ko talaga sa Zoom class who's there and who is it. And so I felt that this guy is sincerely interested to learn about the markets. And so his success is a function of both talent, but also hard work. I mean, yes, there's luck, but there's really a lot of skill involved, diba? Like you could see naman that our picks aren't like parang taken from the clouds. Maybe tell us like your awesome 10x experience, how I influenced you in the markets, how did you learn, how's the experience like, whatever.
I started, actually, I didn't trade agad eh, diba? I started, I studied, syempre nag-subscribe muna ako sa Awesome 10X. Kumbaga yung, I think, many years of knowledge mo, kumbaga, natutunan ko in a span of 1 month. Kasi first 2 weeks ko, hindi pa ako nagbayad eh. So, nakikinig lang ako ng mga past videos mo. Then, after I paid, for 2 straight weeks, hindi muna ako nag-trade. So, what I did was, I watched your video pa rin. Every day, yung sa class, I attend, punctual ako nun. So, early ako lagi. As in, pinapakinggan ko lahat. So, I studied your mga favorite companies natin. Then, pinag-aralan ko rin yung technique mo na 5, 10, 15 and everything. Tapos, syempre, yung average, yung pag-average ng pag-buy and pag-sell. So, you have to learn these things before you start eh. Kasi, mostly na mga bago, ang nagiging problem nila, ay, gusto ko tong stock na to, bomba 50%, bomba 100%. So, which is yun yung maling-mali eh. Yun yung nagiging problem ng mga bago, which is they have this gambling mentality eh. So kailangan maalis mo yung gigil mo kumita na baka mamaya mabili mo yung wrong choices. So hindi naiiwasan yan eh. So yun muna, pinag-aralan ko muna siya before starting. Then yun na. So far so good. Actually, aaminin ko at first, hindi talaga I lost a huge amount kasi yung mga binili natin eh. I lost sabihin ko sa yung mga bago, you should be prepared mawala ng pera. Hindi siya laging, alam mo yun, hindi siya laging masaya. So there are times we lose money. But with the help of Awesome 10X, honestly, wow, unbelievable gains yung mga nakuha ko so far. Yun.
You started trading, you started attending the class near the bottom then. March ka ba nag-start or was it April? April?
End of
April
March. End of March. Mga first week of April.
Okay. So when I was discussing na parang it looks like liquidation is over, I've been showing charts, and was the class about the last dance something that really resonated with you? Because I always discuss, diba, na parang when you're creating your portfolio, you're really like a general manager. So you're looking for a Michael Jordan, a Scottie Pippen. You're choosing your lineup. And I mean, in a game, of course, you have 5 people playing in a quarter. Napapagod din sila. Yeah. So kailangan may bench ka. Tapos minsan may mga magaling. Kaso wala, injury. So kunwari ngayon, Disney, injured siya. Pero hindi siya bulok na player. So parang, are there analogies from the class that I taught you that resonated? Kasi I remember, nag-message ka sa akin na parang halatang-halata that I used to play ball in the way I teach stocks. Kasi scared money never wins. When I discussed Steve Kerr, kasi I said, diba na, for those who don't know, kasi I discussed in class, I watched the Last Dance episode, and then I took a lot of the things that the Last Dance taught me, but I related it to stocks. And one of the things that I really discussed, and I wanted students to know, is that trading or investing is just like a basketball shot. You can win a championship even if you miss 9,000 shots. Because Michael Jordan had 9,000 misses. That means that you can lose money, but you don't need to lose money. You don't need to avoid losing money. That's why the shot has to be 3% of your portfolio, 5% of your portfolio, para hindi ka ma-injured for life. So, that really resonated to me. I don't know what lessons inside the Awesome 10X class, whether basketball or stocks or whatever, really resonated with how you approach your trading or investing today. Meron bang mga concepts?
With the concept, no, I'll tell you what I did. Based on your past videos kasi, I studied the companies, yung mga picks mo dati. I watched your Spotify. I watched your old videos. Stalker mode, no? Binabasa ko talaga yung mga lumang-luma. But that's true. So far, nung nakita ko yung mga gains ng mga picks mo dati, like Shopify, Mercado Libre, as in yung nag-triple the money. Mercado Libre, there's this Datadog, times 3 din. Especially ngayon, yung Fastly, sobrang benta. Livongo, yung mga companies na yan, almost nag-times 3 yan lahat ngayon. From your picks last year pa. So, while studying your video, doon ko nakikita yung, alam mo yung mga picks mo, na parang, yung sinasabi mong Michael Jordan na keep on shooting, na bato ka lang ng bato, pero majority, high percentage. Ang maganda rito, high percentage siya eh. High percentage siya, mas umaangat siya kaysa sa bumababa. So, dun ko na-realize na parang, shucks, I should be investing here. So, yun yung sa akin, yun yung main nag-influence sa akin. Yung mga picks mo talaga na, shucks, sobrang taas ng percentage talaga. As in, double your money, triple your money. Especially yung Shopify, grabe yung inangat nun. It's 1,000% from in a span of 5 years. Parang ganun eh.
Shopify went from 18, right now it's 1,000. So that's 50x.
Grabe.
So your $1 would go $50, di ba? Like in 5 years, I agree. So parang, sorry, na-cut off ako eh. So I heard that you told me na-inspire ka sa Shopify, Mercado Libre, Datadog, na nag-double, nag-triple. So parang, when you were studying the picks that made a lot of money, ang nasa utak mo is, how can I make that money and how is it possible? So, nagawa mo yun with Spotify, with Stone Co, with GAN, because you realize that if you hold a winner, kung Michael Jordan of my portfolio to, greatest of all time, di ba? If I'm holding the extreme rare winners, bakit? May iba pa bang, will there be any other company that will defeat Spotify in the realm of podcast and audio? So we got it before Joe Rogan. We got it before Kim Kardashian West. So we got approximately more than 100%. Well, it's not yet 100%. We got it at about 150. Now it's about 250. It rose as high as 270. But it happened like a 50-60% move in just a month. So, pero the mindset was already implanted in you, right? Parang you knew na at 150 and 180, I'm here to buy a portion to own a leader. And I think like most people, most traders, they find it parang they don't know what they bought. So they never studied. And I think like parang that's the beauty of attending the Awesome 10X class, that you are aware of the secular trends. I remember, nag-usap tayo, you really, really like Roku. And I said, yes, I do believe Roku is gonna be strong, diba?
Until now.
Parang, yeah, until now. It's $130 right now, right? I bought Roku at $40, and then I even, sobrang bilis niyan. Last year yan. Tapos nag-170 yan. Hindi ko nahawakan at that level. I sold early. And then I had to buy back at 100. Sakit ko yun. Magaling ako maghanap. Mahina ako maghawak. Parehas, di ba? C Limited. That's one of your regrets, right? C Limited.
C Limited.
60 na. Benta ka agad 20% up.
I bought
$60.
60 pesos. Sorry. $60.
Dollar.
Then I sold it $72 and it's 120 na ngayon. So if I hold it until 120, I double my money na.
Yeah, and I think most listeners don't know who C Limited is, but they actually shop in Shopee. They play Dota. So are you a gamer? Kaya mo ba nagustuhan yung C Limited? Is that one of the reasons why?
Sobrang gamer ako. If familiar yung mga nanonood, I do play Mobile Legends.
Mobile Legends. Until now? Now?
Simula nung nag-stocks ako, parang nag-stop na ako mag-Mobile Legends. I think hindi ko na siya na-open. Naglalaro na ng account ko is my shorty.
Pero yung mga video games, as a sector, na-realize mo na dyan ko lahat kita sa video game sector. Nvidia,
I love it.
Huya, esports no? You have Huya, esports as a platform, live streaming.
With the games, sa lahat, ang pinaka-favorite ko yung Tencent. Pero syempre, alam natin
Tencent ang lahat, Fortnite.
Nasa taas na yung Tencent na ngayon eh. Syempre, doon tayo sa mga bagong companies like, kaso C Limited, masakit talaga sa damdamin yun. Ayoko na siya balikan.
Babalikan mo yan. Baka $200 mo babalikan. Tapos magwa 1,000 siya.
Pag nag-dip si C Limited, babalikan ko siya. Pero so far sa games, I'm holding Huya ngayon. I have Huya. I have Baidu. I think hindi gaming ang Baidu, sorry, Chinese stock lang pala siya.
Well, Baidu owns cars. Apollo Car Taxi, artificial intelligence. Tapos they're coming out with a Zoya Bank online education IPO. So, astig si Robin Lee. Parehas silang Lee.
Yeah.
I think
Actually,
most of our listeners, yeah.
with yung pag-join ko ng Awesome 10X, I thought this Baidu is just a website. Then while attending class, kasi may website ng Baidu, www.baidu.com.
Yes,
If you see the website, may kita niyo siya para siyang Google account eh. I studied Baidu, then I studied your class about Baidu. May class ka before about Baidu, I remember. Eh. We were talking about Chinese stocks, and I realized ang laki pala ng Baidu. Sobrang laki niya. So, imposible hindi mo siya bilhin at that very, very cheap price na nabili ko siya ng 99 USD. 99, nabili ko siya 99.
Yes.
So, I think it's, ngayon, siya, papunta ng 130. I'm holding it for about 1 month and a half na. So, yun.
Do you know that Baidu means 100 times? Pai 2. Si Pa Tiam. Diba?
Pai
as in ipay, tapay. Tapos yung 2 niya is so 100 times. So talagang nasa utak niya, mag-100x ako. Parang meaning yung pangalan ng company niya as 100x. Parang awesome 100x. Kaso ako awesome 10x lang.
Nagpaparamdam
100x daw siya.
So we should
pinaparamdam niya talaga na Baidu is 100x.
Yeah.
Actually, interesting for me. Di ko sure kung na-appreciate mo yung mga company profiles. Actually, tell them how you actually incorporate Awesome 10X na mga classes. Kasi, syempre, you have your daily work. Most people, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m., they're actually surprised na paano siya nagkakaroon ng time for 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. He has work. How would I actually, kasi we have to show the listeners na they can actually make an Awesome 10X portfolio. Hindi nila kailangan maging super, it's not so hard. So tell them how you do it. Like you told me, you listen to it while driving, nasa Zoom ka,
actually,
you just listen to it.
Hindi lang yung class natin yung pinapanood ko. Even yung lunchtime, your 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Market update. Always watch your market update sa YouTube. Then sa gabi. I'm very passionate with the market eh. I don't understand kung ano meron sa market pero nakaka-addict siya. Addict talaga ako. So dati pa to eh. So what I do is medyo masama to pero kahit nagda-drive ako, may stand ako ng phone sa car, I do listen. So syempre pag nagda-drive ka, you can do multitasking. Kahit saan ako punta, naikinig lang ako. I don't care kahit may mga nakakarinig, walang pakialam, walang pakialamanan, parang ganun. So kunyari, may work ka, kahit nasa work ka, magagawa mo naman yan. Kasi nasa phone mo lang naman siya, papakinggan mo lang siya. While working, you can listen. Whatever you do, you can listen. Kahit naliligo ka, iwan mo yung phone mo sa tabi, may kinig ka. Honestly, ginagawa ko lahat ng sinasabi ko. Kahit naliligo ako, I still listen. I can vouch for it kasi, my family can vouch for it kasi, nakikita nila ako eh. Everywhere I go, hawak ko yung phone ko, nakikinig ako ng mga class natin. Hanggang sa dinner time, if we have class, during dinner time.
Are you obsessive as a person? Because I noticed, I mean, I'm not saying that it's wrong, but definitely I have to explain myself too. When I was studying the global markets alone, okay, so I had nobody, I knew nobody like me, so I would actually listen when I'm driving. Used to drive 2 hours from home to work, and I actually relish just listening to Spotify. So, ako, just to tell you honestly, people ask me, Nikki, how do you get your picks? Kasi I had 200, 300% wins. Sometimes I never really realized. Kasi parang, to early, 19, ngayon 95. C-Limited, diba? Nakwento ko sa inyo. Spotify, Kuya, last year ko pa yan pinaglalaroan. Esports platform. NVIDIA, marami eh. I mean, I can't name every single one. But the point that I make is that a lot of people always ask me how I learned. And then I said, um, I I chose to learn. So I like 2 hours every day I would spend on Spotify podcasts listening to Motley Fool, David Gardner, talk about his experiences. Pero hindi ko siya kinakopy. As in, I was just, wow, parang when he shared na, wow, naka 3 to 4. At that point in time, Netflix was still 300, 450. Bumababa si Netflix doon. So, kumita ako kay Netflix. Kasi like, 300, then 500 na siya. Pero, I mean, I had a habit of listening. That's why memorable sa akin yung Spotify because I listen to music, I listen to podcasts, I knew the trajectory of Daniel Ek. It was so surreal for me not to invest and pitch Spotify for all of you, that it was a company to own, and I believe that it was gonna go higher, and it was really the Netflix of audio, even when wala pang nagsasabi na Spotify is gonna go 500 or 1,000. Ngayon, kasi umangat siya, people are discussing all their bullish takes na eh, di ba? Everyone's like, you remember we were talking about, I remember, you know, when I was buying Pintuotuo,
Oh yeah.
my family asked me, Nikki, ano yung binili mo? Ano yung binili mo? And then parang, of course, there are doubters, di ba? Like parang, sino ba yung Pintuotuo na yan? Bakit hindi Alibaba? And then I had to explain, well, this is Colin Huang. Kind of the same like our C Limited pick. Ngayon, parang everyone discussing C Limited, 120 na. But how many people actually said C Limited was gonna triple your money? Bilhin mo siya sa 30, 40, 50, di ba? Parang, and I'm not even sure if it's gonna stop 120. It could go 300 for all we know.
For sure, abot siya 300. Nafe-feel
I mean, di ba? Like parang, I mean, it really happens when you study, di ba? So parang, to be honest, hindi yun iba. Like, I think when you're doing something that you like, you are a very successful basketball player. How many people played basketball to your level? I mean, I'm just saying the truth. It takes people to be dedicated in their craft and then really spend time with it. Kasi like, how do you expect to, I mean, yes, you could watch videos, but at the end of the day, at least nag-watch ka consistently. How many people actually watch all of our videos? Diba? Like, we construct 15-minute, 20-minute videos. Hopefully, dumami dahil sa interview ngayon. Sabihin mo nga sa kanila, kapag nanood ba sila ng video, yayaman ba sila? Kahit manood lang sila ng YouTube video?
Sa pagyaman, it depends on
I mean, can they make money?
Oo, definitely. Basta gawin lang yung pag-aralan lang kung yung system natin yung kasi if you join the Awesome 10X we have this system na parang yung the 510 15 natin para hindi ka para kung mawalan ka man hindi ganun kalaki. So you'll definitely make money eh. Kasi sa dami ng shots na tinake natin, grabe siguro 70-80%. You do earn, you just have to hold it. You just have to be patient. Wag yung hindi ka lang kumikita, kating-kati ka na magbenta. Kasi may iba ganun eh. At first ganun ako eh. Yung shucks, kumita na ako dito, baka benta ko na, baka boba, parang ganun. Pero no. You have to know the fundamentals, then you have to be patient in holding this your favorite companies. Eh. Like yung my favorite is Roku. Should have held yung C Limited na yan, which is inis ako. And actually is yung sinabi mo kanina about yung Pintuotuo, it's one of the companies na nag-inspire sa akin na shucks, what if I bought this last year? How much could I earn ngayon? Parang you talked about it last year. Ano pa siya?
Pinakinggan mo yung Spotify ko podcast about Colin Huang? Wow, thank you. Yeah. Actually, I'm very impressed. Kasi, you know, I create these podcasts. I teach people. I don't know really how many people listen, how many people watch. But in reality, I really don't care. Kasi, you know, I was doing it for myself. I was doing it like a blog. You'll notice naman eh. You said a while ago na you listen even on dinner time. And when they actually try to think, like from me, from a creator standpoint, sometimes nakainom na ako, nagpa-podcast pa rin ako. Woo! Like yung Sony.
Parang mas maganda nakainom ka, mas dumadami yung lumalabas sa
mas marami, no? Mas parang blah 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 blah. Parang ganito.
Time, pag nakainom ka, dumadami yung type mo sa Viber. So pagising ko sa umaga, oh shucks, ang dami ko natututunan kay Nikki. Actually, yung sa post mo sa Twitter, that's me. Ako yung nag-message na about sa oh shucks, every time yung ginawa mo yung Slack account natin, oh shucks, every time I read our Slack messages, ginagana it inspires my day. It inspires me to study about the market every day. So, yun.
Ay, may questions tayo. Bro, ano daw gamit mo to trade? Anong platform ang gamit nyo?
Actually, ang daming nagre-refer na about eToro. Kasi I think eToro is copy trade yan. Kunyari may gusto kang mga trader, kakopyahin, what they buy is also what you buy. I think ganun yung concept niya. But I'm using what Nikki, yung ni-refer ni Nikki sa buong group namin, which is Interactive Brokers, IKBR sa
IBKR.
Sa app we're using this app kasi this app lahat ng buong global I think 'di ba sa buong global siya na bibili natin
mundo,
ng mga stocks
200 countries.
buong mundo as in kahit Hong Kong Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, until Canada nakakabili tayo lahat nabibili natin. So that's the advantage of using interactive brokers, and at the same time mura per bili mo. Whatever happens, 50 pesos lang siya, $1 USD, that right?
$1, yeah.
Mas mura.
Actually,
mas mura
pa mag-utang.
Ha?
2% a year lang yung utang kapag nag-margin ka.
That's the advantage.
Sobrang mura pa.
Pwede kang umutang sa...
Ito guys, yung this is the interactive brokers. Yeah, ayan. Ako ba to? Log in. Naka-share screen ba ako? Teka lang I'll share my screen. Panorin natin sila ng portal. So, this is how it looks like. Example lang. So, syempre, may times na down ka. So, ganyan yan. Pina-open sa akin to ni Anton actually last month. So, kakabukas lang to. Bagong open lang to. I funded it with $10,000. But you don't need to fund it with a lot. In fact, I told Harly, simula mo kahit $2,000, $3,000 lang. And then Harly, when he learned more, yun, nag-order siya, dagdag siya 4,000, dagdag siyang, I mean, we're not gonna discuss a lot, pero syempre, di natin pag-usapan yung pera, no? Pero parang basically, everyone has to start small. Kasi you're still learning Hindi ka man pwedeng magpasok, tira ka ng tira. Syempre, pag natalo ka, masakit. So, and then, I think yung biggest takeaway is parang just take it slow. Hindi ka pwedeng basta tira ng tira. And you spread your bets. So, today, actually, the ano bang i-show natin? So, ganyan, itsura niya, how to trade. Tapos, you can see my market value, my cost, average, tapos daily P&L, unrealized P&L, cost basis, position, last price. Tapos ako, usually, ginagawa ko dyan, tinuturuan ko talaga sila ng asset allocation. So, asset allocation, kung ano yung mga companies na pwede kang tumira ng $1,000 or $500. So, technically, dapat no position has to be bigger than 15%. Although, technically, ito, 1,800. So, malaki masyado yung slack ko. So, yun. Pero, yun. Yan,
I think your
graph. Para kapag bumasak, masakit.
I think your viewers have to know how much is the minimum for interactive brokers for them to
There's
invest.
There's no minimum. Pero parang for $1 fee, I think na nagbigay ka na rin ng oras mo. Let's say, magbibigay ka ng, sabihin na natin, you're gonna spend 6 months here. If I'm gonna put $1,000 in effort here, 50,000 pesos, realistically, if I make 100%, I make 50,000 pesos. So if I'm gonna put my effort here, I tell people, why not make it at least $3,000, 150K. Pag natalo ka, let's say, sobrang sama, 50% down, you lose 75K. Ang sakit nun. If you make money, 50%, you'd make 75K, which I think is, for 6 months na nag-aaral ka, okay yon. Like to make that much money, whether in a short time or not, or a quick time, okay siya. May mga questions pa? Let's see the questions. Ano bang mga tanong?
Check.
Do you think there is a tech bubble? I personally think that I'll give you my answer here. Looking at the sectors, it's very expensive, but I understand that the market is assigning a higher premium to technology firms. Higher talaga. Like, look, Zoom video is trading at 250. At $80, I remember people saying, hey, Zoom video is expensive. This isn't supposed to trade at $100. At 150, people were saying the Zoom video is expensive. Now it's 250. I agree that it is expensive, but I've seen companies go so much more expensive, but it doesn't mean that I have to position myself. I think there should be cognizance of the asset allocation. I'll show you a few things about the Awesome 10X system. If the question is if there is a tech bubble, technically I'll tell you what, I am of the belief that there is no bubble on tech, but you cannot chase money without knowing the right price. Like, I own Akamai. I own Akamai. I own Lime Network, Limelight Network, LLNW. Limelight, sorry. LLNW, Limelight Network. We own Roku streaming, right? So tech, when you're talking about tech, are you talking about PagerDuty? Are you talking about Zuora? Are you talking about Baozun? Sure, I understand that Shopify is expensive, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would want to get Shopify when it falls 500 to 600. Notwithstanding, I actually taught this in class. I said that there will always be historical corrections. So the historical corrections of these technology firms would generally make so many people afraid, like Twilio, for instance, or Datadog, or Fastly. This doesn't mean that I know how to time. I actually think that the people who try to time the market ends up usually, if you try to time the market, you either sell early because you think it's expensive in all types of valuations, and then you can't even enter back because it's expensive and it will continue to remain expensive. What made me realize this was e-commerce. Amazon, when I was studying it, it started 1997 to 2019, from $1 to $2,000. So people at 1600 were saying to themselves, wow, I'm late. And I said to myself, at 375, buying Amazon at 375, I said to myself I was late. Buying Shopify at 375, last year, I said, my, I'm late. Like, it was $20 IPO, 42,000 clients then. Now, Shopify has about 2 million. People might say today that I'm late because C Limited is $100, and like Harly, me, we got in at about 40, 50, 60. Somebody probably has $30. Somebody out there has $10 C Limited. You know why we don't care? It's because, like, it's what I tell him. Would you buy Kobe Bryant at 1997? Would you buy Kobe at year 2007? Would you believe that Kobe will continue to make championships? So whether you bought him at 1997 first draft or like early years, well, wait. Baka you know better. Wait, ang sama ko. Idol ko pa naman si Kobe. I don't even know what year did he start playing. He was like 16 ba? 18 years old. He got drafted.
He got drafted 18. That was I think na-draft siya 1997. 96 pala. 96 draft siya. Kasama siya nila Iverson.
So ako, like I personally think when people ask me, Nikki, is the tech bubble happening? It reminds me of the Nasdaq. I asked myself, well, was Facebook made $70 billion this year. If you take out that Facebook boycott advertising, that's $4 billion gone. So that's $66 billion. If you tell me that all the small businesses cannot advertise in Facebook, it's actually detrimental to them because how could they sell anything online without Instagram? Filipino, I see people sell stuff online. They use Instagram and Facebook a lot. So if you're gonna tell me that they're gonna rely on Google, yes, but Google, Facebook, and Instagram, those are monopolies in advertising. If I want to really sell something, I'm gonna be in the platform that can convert. And this is YouTube. The fact that I'm in YouTube, Google YouTube, can you tell me realistically that Google is expensive at $1,400? Sure, maybe you can buy it at $1,200. Sure, maybe you can buy it at $1,000. But the question is, with Google wearables, for instance, what's gonna happen with Google Android, with Google search engine, with YouTube? Google is coming out with Google Home. It's not coming out. It has. It's there. And I remember people were saying, Apple is expensive. I keep hearing these things. And when I listen to these, I ask them to validate whether that expensive thinking is because they saw Apple at $1 and it's $375, or they saw Amazon at $1 and it's $3,000, and they feel to themselves, my God, I'm late. But they never ask themselves, where did Amazon in the last 10, 13 years make their money? It dawned on me, these are some things that I studied and I understood. 2007, Apple started the smartphone industry. That was 13 years ago. From nothing, we have like 1 billion devices of Apple. I'm using an Apple iPhone. But even like Samsung, there was Nokia, there was BlackBerry. So Apple wasn't the first here, but they made money. And the question now is, in the next 10 years, that's my question. Who's gonna build the smart glasses? Is it Apple? Who's gonna build that, like Google Glasses? What's gonna happen with virtual reality? What's gonna happen with augmented reality, wearable trends? So I mean, a part of me is asking people, if you are saying that technology is a bubble, well, where do you put your money into, huh? Is it going to be in cash? Because I pretty much know that the reason why they're at all-time highs is because of adoption. Adoption accelerated so strong during this COVID time. I explained this a lot. Like what used to happen in a decade is happening in a year, in less than a year. How do I know this? My mom would never shop online. A lot of people would not shop online. Ikaw, what do you think? What do you think, Harly? Bubble ba tayo? Or na-convince kita? Nasa bubble ba daw tayo? Is technology a bubble?
So far, hindi naman.
Gumagalaw lang ako. Salita ka kasi nalulubat ako. Pero go lang. I mean, I guess I think you have to say what you think are truths, secular. Like why do you believe so much in Roku? Okay, Roku is also a tech platform. Roku makes money, digital advertising.
At first, bakit ko naging favorite sa Roku? Kasi before hindi ko siya pinapansin eh. Ang favorite ko lang before is si Limited talaga. Tapos after ko ma-study about Roku, actually I studied about Roku dahil sa aside from your class, I always use Twitter. What you yung sino yung fina-follow mo, I also follow. So from these people, they post about Roku. I learn from them. So through Twitter, malaking tulong yung Twitter actually. Aside from that, syempre pinag-aaralan ko mag-isa din. Yun, nasa TV siya lahat eh, yung mga smart TV natin eh. So yun.
Yeah, so like I think like the question is for most people who are afraid, and naturally you would be afraid. That's the reason why I think I discuss in classes that number one, scared money never wins. If you're
True.
gonna take a shot, I always do it 3 shots. Like I tell this in class. If I have a $10,000 account, 3 shots means 3%, 3%, 3%, or 5%, 5%, 5%. And you have to know like the trend that you are investing in. You can't just tell me, I'm gonna buy Apple or I'm gonna buy Microsoft without even knowing a single thing. Just because you have an Apple iPhone, that does not suffice. You can't tell me now, okay, I'm gonna buy Shake Shack. It's 50% down because I love Shake Shack cheeseburgers or people love it. You have to, in a way, you have to tell yourself honestly, what is the growth that Shake Shack will have? And even if it will grow, will I be there to wait for it? So para, I actually explained that Shake Shack is a good company, but we have to wait for about 6 months because these restaurants are really having a difficult time. It's not like
True.
how Roku can just earn money right now in Disney streaming. And it's not as if like advertising will get cut because now more than ever, Disney streaming has to spend advertising in Roku in order for people to subscribe. It's detrimental to HBO Max not to advertise, di ba? We are entering an era of connected TV. Connected TV means you are not watching on your TV, you are watching online, whether it would be through your mobile phone or through a desktop. So my TV and my children's TV would be their computer, diba? So how could you tell me that it's a bubble? I mean, maybe I'm wrong in the timing, but when I'm thinking about like 3 to 5 years, diba? Like it's nothing. Sure, we use technicals, but um, ako personally, I don't put a huge weight on technicals. I put a huge weight on the position size. Ikaw, parang bago ba yung thinking mo na you told a while ago na you don't mind if the market drops 30% as long as you're there for the next 200 to 300% move. Can you show them, like
Actually,
explain to them your thinking on that?
it's what I've learned from the awesome 10x. You lose 10, 20, 30%. Shucks, kung isipin mo, that's a huge amount of money. But if you're just a bit patient, that would, kung alam mo yung fundamentals of the company you're holding, if you trust the company of you're holding, you would magbe-benefit ka in the future kasi alam mo yung background, yung alam mo yung beast na meron sa company na yun eh. Alam mong magdo-double triple siya eh. So kahit for me mawalan man ako 10, 20, 30%, kahit 40% doesn't matter. If alam mo talaga yung binibili mo. Sa simula lang yan eh. Baka mamaya hindi lang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5x, bakit may 10x, 'di ba? Like yung bagong favorite natin ngayon.
Yung mga graph. Market is open na. I have a question. What is your advice to new traders today? I think like they're very scared of the global markets because they think to themselves, wala na akong job, wala akong pera, tapos ngayon inisip ko pa mag-trade globally. Ano yung ma-advise mo sa kanila? Like, how should they start? Anong dapat nilang gawin?
Kahit ako ganun ako at first. At first, kung isipin mo, shucks, Philippine market nga, hindi ako makita eh. But it's a whole different story. Kasi Philippine market, yung mga stock picks is so limited eh. Kunyari, bibili ka ng sa ganitong sector. Konti lang pagpipilian mo. Sa global market, you could choose hundreds of companies in per sector. 50 companies. The gaming sector, ang dami. Sa iba't ibang sector, ang dami. So, there's a huge world out there na hindi natin alam. So, you have to be open-minded sa ganung bagay eh. Kasi wag niyo i-limit sarili niyo sa Philippine market kasi
hindi ko sinabing pangit ang Philippine market, ang daming yumayaman sa Philippine market kasi maraming magagandang companies dito, especially yung mga blue chip companies. Alam natin kung ano yung mga yan. Pero matagal na yung mga companies na yun eh. The chance for them to have a 10x, yung times 10 yung income, like, bihira yung mga ganong companies eh. Sa Philippines, you could achieve it sa global market eh. Kasi there are a lot of companies dyan na alam mong maganda siya. Tapos ngayon ba lang siya mag-IPO? Parang ganon. Alam mo eh. So there's a huge world out there. Yun lang yung advice ko. Kasi masyadong limited ang Philippines. Sobrang limited siya. Like for example, itong recent, hindi ko sinisiraan yung company, pero recent IPO sa Philippines, yung Merrimart and the APVI, honestly, parang kung nagsusugal eh. Parang pumunta ka ng casino if you buy these companies. Hindi mo alam. Sabihin natin marami kumita talaga dyan, 50%. Pero hindi mo alam kung, feeling ko nagsusugal ako eh. Parang, di ba? So, yun.
So, I guess parang yung ability for people to see the upside globally has to do kasi with the trends eh. So, he didn't mention the companies and the trends, but I'll try to dissect and explain to the viewers. The global trends are very huge. Like we're talking about online education. We're talking about online gaming, the shift of casinos online, like the software companies enabling online sports betting, esports betting, live streaming platforms, digital advertising. I mean, the ability to make money on TikTok, the ability to make money on Grab, the Southeast Asian Limited, di ba? The Shopee, the Lazada, how to make money on yung mga fintech, di ba? We're talking about the disruption of cash. There is Square, there is StoneCo, di ba? Hindi mo lang kailangan mag-visa, may PayPal, although si PayPal considered na rin na matanda na, but it's still doing so well. Just because they're a veteran doesn't mean they don't have tricks, di ba? Like Microsoft is growing so well with cloud. There is a dichotomy there is a two factor in like there's a haves and have-nots. Like the COVID pandemic showed to you na Zoom video has done nothing but great, whereas everybody lost their jobs. Amazon did so well, e-commerce, remote work, fastly, di ba? Edge compute, streaming. So parang to me, the reason why Netflix went from 1 to 500 and why it's gonna go to $1,000 or $2,000 is there. It's very present there because for all the listeners, Netflix only started advertising to India 4 years ago. Can you imagine, like you can buy Netflix in the India 4 years ago, and India is 1.4 billion, 5 times larger than the Netflix population in USA, 300 million lang sa US. And we're not just talking about India, we're talking about international. And it is already the content leader today. Even if Disney is coming, why is Disney coming? Because Disney knew na this is the future. Diba? Roku knows this is the future. Roku allows people to just manood ka sa akin libre, kikita na lang sa advertising. Isn't that how YouTube makes money? And the beauty about Roku is that they get a cut. Kung gusto mo ng libre, may advertising. Kung gusto mong may bayad, pwede naman, bayaran mo si Netflix, may cut din siya kay Netflix, may cut din siya kay Disney Plus. Kasi si Disney Plus, pag nag-umpisa, they need subscribers. So they would advertise on the smart TV, which is Roku. So parang, and we haven't even begun. Roku just started in USA, Brazil, Canada. Is Roku in the Philippines? No. So, I mean, Limited is just less than 1% of the Philippine population. Indonesia is just starting the traction. Guys, do you know the penetration rate of e-commerce in Southeast Asia? Less than 2%. Sobrang nakakahiya tayo online. Sobrang nakakahiya. And then next year is esports, 2021 Olympics. We invested in Razer. We got Razer at the cheapest price. It IPO'd at 3 to 4, went to 5. It fell down to $1 because they had a Razer phone that flopped. And now that they have a great business in the cloud, sobrang dami. So parang, let's wrap this up. Let's inspire people to invest globally. Harley, you've started from basketball. You're now doing well globally. But it happened because you also attended classes, you listened to videos. You had an insane work ethic. I'd have to say now you'd never be a great basketball player. You're a leader. He was student council in our school. And parang how could you're champions, diba? UNTV champions. Tapos like 10 years, hindi ka nag-basket. 1 year, nag-basket ka, nag-focus ka, tapos champion kayo. Maybe tell them about like how to have that focus, how to be, and people might think wala kang oras. I mean,
that's not
how do
true.
you meet time for all of these, diba? Like parang people think na I have 24 hours in my time. People tell me I don't sleep, but maybe it's a function of I like what I do. Siguro, you can tell people, tell something about them, like why should they invest globally? And sure, it's hard, but tell them your path, tell them your journey.
If you really want something, you'll make time for it. You have to make time for it. You study, like for example, bago kami mag-champion sa UNTV, hindi magandang path yung pinagdaanan namin because we started last place, then the year after we became champions. Then hindi basta-basta hindi basta pinagdaanan namin kasi I became fat, then I worked it out. So yung worked it out na yun, siguro hard work for 2 years yun bago nag-champ. So same with the same work ethics sa stock market. Hindi naman agad kikita ka dyan. You have to study everything, watch your videos. Ang laki natutunan ko sa mga videos mo . You have to study yourself din sa mga companies na self-discovery mo. Ganon. So, alam ko at maraming tao dyan, at the back of their mind, gustong mag-stocks . Gustong mag-stocks. Takot lang mostly. So, here's your chance. There's an easy way now. Just join Nikki's group na Awesome 10X and follow her in every platform, Spotify, sa tawag dito, sa YouTube pala, sorry, YouTube every lunch. Then yung monthly subscription niya is just 2,000 a month . So sa magigain mo, 2,000 a month is nothing. Yun lang masabi ko. Sobrang sulit nung journey natin with the Awesome 10X. And yung Viber group, it's inspiring actually. Viber group, yung Slack group natin, it inspires me every day actually. By just reading it, ang dami ko natututunan. Yung mga bagay na hindi mo alam with this company. Oh, shucks, ganito pala siya. Oh, shucks, I should buy this company. Ganon. Kulang pa yung 2,000. Di ba nga sabi ko, nag-post ako ng isang araw. Sabi ko, you should be the one be paid ng 10x. You should be paid ng 10x. So, yan.
Well, I'm happy. I love to share what I learned myself because I wanted to share to everyone that in this YouTube channel, in Awesome 10X, I'm really just passing on things that I learned, and I don't want to charge people because I learned this free time ko. But it was really my friends who actually told me, Nikki, mag-charge ka. You have to pay yourself something because we're getting so much from you and you're not getting a single thing. And they said, Nikki, patay yung Philippines. So parang paano na yung pera mo, ganyan. So pati ka. And I said, oh nga . So that's why in reality, one of the reasons that really made me focus globally was I was thinking paano like if I am, what if I have a child and what's the stream of income, where will I get more money? So parang part of me really thought about multiple streams, and I said you know what, I need to learn how to trade globally because I need to know how to make money on the upside, on the downside if I have to. But there's just so much upside rather than the downside. Like if you study company trends right now, you have the ability to make a lot of money on the upside. Even after, I was doing this even before COVID time. Bumagsak during COVID, pero yung rebound, ang lakas. I never really had a problem because I knew what I was really buying. Parang, I think it starts really with people spending even just 1 hour or just 30 minutes. You don't need to spend a lot of time. Just be consistent. It will make a lot. Like you'll have a difference. Start with 30 minutes. Listen to podcasts. Watch our YouTube channel. Give it maybe 3 months or 6 months. Maybe one day you'd tell yourself, sure, I really want to study this awesome TEDx. And you know what? For 2,000 pesos, I promise you, the companies that you'd learn, even if let's say you're studying Facebook, I will give you something about Facebook that you never knew. Like people knew Baidu. No, you don't know Baidu until I tell you what Baidu does. You don't know C Limited until I tell you what C Limited has been doing. Who's the founder? Who's Forrest? We give Friday free classes to people who wants to just watch watch our shows for free. I have Spotify. You can listen to me as early as June, July, August 2019. You'd know how I think. Hindi tayo madamot. I always share this na the two winners, you have to surround yourself with two winners. And winners are committed. Ayaw nila na, like, I'm a basketball player. I was telling this, parang Kobe was saying to Shaq na if Shaq was more committed, he'd be the greatest of all time, not Kobe. Because Kobe wasn't, sobrang hindi siya. Kobe was the last person, I think when he was like 12 years old, Kobe would say this na wouldn't even be in the top 5. But he worked hard. Like he would work out 4 a.m. Insane work ethic. So I think like para tell people, guys, you might think sobrang dali mag-stock picking. But don't know kasi na before I go to class every single day, at 5:30 to 6:30 p.m., before I go to class every single day, I must have read 5 hours worth of articles or listened to podcasts. I did my homework, and so I don't want to come to class. I mean, di ba, teacher, student, lagi student may homework. Ito baliktad. Ako yung student araw-araw. I'm always teaching every day. Ako yung may homework lagi. Guys, ito yung homework ko today. Today, ito yung nahanap kong maganda. Like, ito. So parang, that's why when people ask me, 9:30, natutulog ka pa ba? And then I tell them, parang basket lang yan eh. Practice ka ng practice. Pag shot na yon, whether pumasok yun or not, 10,000 times na ako nag-free throws, 10,000 times ko gina-jump shot ko eh. Kung hindi, hindi. Talo tayo, so what? Next game ulit. Diba? Parang next game ulit. Talo sa Alibaba. O di next game ulit, JB naman. Talo sa JB, e-commerce pa rin yun ah. Pero hindi eh. What you'll notice is if you put the time and effort, the market will reward you somehow. I feel as if like parang, there is a measure of skill, there is a measure of luck, but I think I'll end it with this. Success really is opportunity meeting hard work. I think there is that line, diba? Like, when you're prepared for the opportunity, success comes at you. I mean, COVID time happened. I was prepared to really make money there. Even if everyone is losing money, that doesn't mean that I had zero exposure. I had exposure, of course. But even if I had exposure in the market, I knew that, okay, this company will go up. Even if you have it, wag mo ipat, but we can. It's actually doing so well in these times. So, parang I want people to know that there are a lot of opportunities worldwide. 10x, 100x opportunities. Listen to our YouTube classes. Listen to Spotify. And goodbye. Thank you for watching Harley and me, how an NCAA player makes money trading global stock.
Thank you.
Have an awesome tennis.
Thank you.
Thank you for this is an hour. I appreciate everyone watching and market open 9:30 p.m. Pero honestly, you notice wala naman akong pake kahit na itulog ko to buong 12 midnight or 4 a.m. Okay lang. Honestly, like the system kapag hindi ka takot kasi scared money never wins. Alam mo yung pinasok mo eh. 'Di ba? If Roku tonight went 110, manginginig ba ako? Hindi. Spotify went 200 tonight, manginginig. Sorry guys, hindi mo ako mapapanginig.
Pag bumaba ng 100, bibili pa ako.
Kung bumaba siya, Hindi it never fell. It actually fell 104. Yeah. So I think like if you really know what you're buying, there's really no problem in the markets. Hope to see you guys again. We're here on Twitter, Faces Trader, YouTube. So till next time, si local version of Yun Bin, Harly nang. Diba?
Feeling lang. Thank you for featuring me.
Alam mo, may mag-comment. Oo. Actually, astig yan. Very, very humble. Very humble yan. He works a lot. You'll never achieve a lot in life, whether it be basketball or stocks. Although, I'll tell you what, with 2,000 pesos, binibigay ko yung mind ko for free, almost for free. So, kinig lang kayo 1 hour, napapass on siya. Like, the same way I learned and I teach, the students make me better. Like, when people tell me, I like this, study this, I do. People ask me, how do you find your winners? I said, I have a lot of good people around me. They share to me their insights. So, like, we got Kings of Cloud, but right now we're getting I have friends who tell me, okay yung token, okay yung graph, kahit down yan today, okay lang. Hawak kami. So yun, it's a validation that we are doing something that we believe in. Goodbye, guys. Ang haba ko magsalita. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Guys.